here at the truck. As you probably saw in the last video, we brought a DAF 7.5 ton horse box truck. So at the moment it's not too bad. There's a few minor issues that we need to deal with. It runs, there's nothing wrong with the engine. Our engine is absolutely sweet as a nut. It's a Cummins engine. For those who know your engines, Cummins are nigh on indestructible. They are very good engines. Strong, powerful, decent engine, diesel, really good engine. As you saw in the last video I did, there's a few things we're going to do with it. I'm not going to tell you too much of what we're doing. Some of you may already know. Some of you may not. Some of you may wonder why we're doing that and what we're going to do with it after. Carry on watching and you'll find out. It's a little project basically. I'll give you the reason on why we're doing it. I'm not going to say what we're doing with it, but I'll give you the reason on why we're doing it. So both me and the person I'm doing it with, the other person I'm doing it with possibly will not be on camera. She doesn't want to be on camera, so I won't put her on camera. All I'll say, so I'll refer to her as B because that's what she likes to be called, B. So we've both got mental health issues. Hers is more complex than mine at the moment. So I've got, at the moment, what's diagnosed, I've got depression with anxiety, but waiting for an assessment for ADHD and autism. It runs in my family, you never know. We've both got mental health issues. And we wanted a project to put our mind to. Now, a few weeks back, we was away and we thought, well, we like to put our minds to projects. We like doing things. We like constructive stuff. So we thought, okay, well, why don't we get a van? Was our thought. So we started looking on eBay for vans, looking at 3.5 tons. But all the ones we were finding were either very expensive, rust buckets, or not really what we were looking for. So we started looking slightly bigger. So we then started looking at 7.5 ton box trucks, but again, too expensive. We found quite a few nice ones, but way out of our budget. So then I thought, why not a horse box? So we started having a look at horse boxes. We came up with one before this one. Came up with one, went to have a look at it. We were told it was a runner, told it was really decent, it ran perfectly. There's a couple of minor things like the tacho wasn't working, but tacho doesn't matter for us because it's nil and void. Yeah, it's not a commercial vehicle, so we don't need the tacho. It's going to be a private vehicle, so it doesn't matter. So we'd remove that anyway. This one we've got now has got a tacho in, but it doesn't have to run off it. It's exempt. It doesn't matter. So we won't need that. Now B can drive 7.5 ton. So she's got a license to do that. She's got a class 2 license, so she can do bigger than 7.5 ton. So just so you know before I continue, if you see any drips dropping down next to me, there's a skylight above me and there's a slight crack in it. I'll show you that in a minute. So yeah, you might see the odd drip next to me. So when I had a look at that other one, it was diabolical. To say that the person was buying it off, the woman was buying it off on eBay, she said it was a runner. She said there was nothing wrong with it other than the tacho and a couple other tiny little bits. But it was a good runner apparently, and it was drivable. Didn't have an MOT. which was fine, because it hadn't been used for 12 months, which was fine, didn't mind that. Went to go and have a look at it. After to and fro with messages and everything to the woman who was selling it, who something was niggling us that it wasn't as good as what she was saying. So yeah, we went to go and have a look on the edge of Liverpool. Got there, went to have a look at it. It was a rust bucket through and through. The chassis rust. It would have cost us 3 times the amount to repair it than to actually buy it. It was ridiculous how much rust there was. And then I climbed underneath it to have a look what the underneath was like. Saw that the bottom of the gearbox was wet, which tells me that that's oil. So I climbed under further, got a picture of the underneath of the gearbox, had a look at that picture because I couldn't actually get to the gearbox. It was too far under, so I took a picture underneath it. And when I had a look, the inspection plate was missing, which tells me that with the gearbox inspection plate missing, there'd be no oil in the gearbox, so the gearbox was not a runner. Generally they take the inspection plate off because of a gearbox issue, which we're not going to risk that. It would cost 3 times as much to either have the gearbox serviced, potential repairs on the gearbox, or to buy a new gearbox. No, was not risking that. Not for the price they were selling it at. So we carried on looking. We backed out to that one, carried on looking, found this one, bought it off a guy called Adam, farmer up in Anglesey in Wales. Absolutely fantastic bloke. Couldn't fault him. He was honest, straight up front, told us everything that he knew was wrong with it. He'd brought it but hadn't used it for its purpose, so at the moment a horse box. So he hadn't actually used it for that. He'd just moved it from his farm to his mate's farm and back again when they needed the space. So it hadn't actually been used from when he brought it. Obviously he had it second hand, but yes, he told us everything that he knew was wrong with it, which was minor stuff, nothing major. The tail lift at the back for getting the horses in, he told us that there was a problem with that. With it, it could lower it, but he couldn't raise it, which meant it was a pump or some form of connection issue. So he had a look at that for us to see whether he could repair it. He couldn't, so he got us another pump to see whether it was the pump that was faulty. But he didn't have time to fit it. As I say, as a farmer, he is very busy, so he didn't have chance. Not only as a farmer, as a truck driver as well. So 2 jobs, didn't have time, which is fine. Fair play to him. He did do a couple of other little jobs for us on it, such as getting us locks. There's one of the lockers outside the door handle's broke on it, so the lock, it doesn't open with the handle, so he brought us a new lock. Didn't have to, he went out and got one for us. So yeah, absolute top bloke, couldn't fault him. So yeah, brought it off him, pretty good price. I'm not going to say how much we paid at the moment. I may do later on in this series of videos, because it is going to be a series of videos. I don't know how long it's going to take. How long is a piece of string? We're going to take our time in it. It's not something we would need to rush. As I say, it's a project, so we're just going to keep going with it for as long as we need to. So yeah, there's a few issues with it that we've come along. So at the moment, the big issue we've got is the batteries to start the engine. There's 2 batteries on these, 2 12-volt batteries converting by a link, which then turns into a 24-volt. But yeah, the batteries have been on for quite a while. We have a feeling that either the batteries are knackered or the water level in them is too low. So we've got to dig them out at some point. There is 3 batteries altogether. One's a Venture battery, which powers all the lights and stuff on the inside. Well, inside the box, the cab's separate, which I'll show you that in a minute. Yeah, so it's a Venture battery. The one's a Venture battery. I told you about the drip, didn't I? Land on my hand. Yeah. So yeah, it's the one's a Venture battery. Then you got the 2 other batteries, which are for the engine. Those 2 batteries for the engine, they're not holding charge, so we have to well, we was jumping it off a jump pack to get it started before, but now even on a 24-volt jump pack, it's still not starting it. So we've got a feeling it's the batteries are knackered now, we think. So we've got to dig them out at some point. I will do a video on that when we do that. You can watch us make a fool of ourselves and tell us how stupid we are for how we get the batteries out, and yeah, how we're going to end up breaking our backs the way we lift them up and stuff. Yeah, we know. But hey, it wouldn't be a good video if we did everything properly, would it really? The batteries are heavy, that's all I'm going to say. If you've ever lifted a truck battery, they're heavy. So yeah, that's basically the biggest issue we've got at the moment. The tail lift still not working, but we're not too fussed with that at the moment. It would have been very useful at the beginning, but now it doesn't matter too much. It's not too bad. So I'm gonna pause here. I'm gonna have a quick drink and I will come back to you. I will do a quick walk around and show you what we've got at the moment. There is a bit of work been done on it already, but we'll show you that when I get to it. So yeah, come back to you in a minute. And just like that, I've had my drink. So okay, so what have we got going on? Yeah, so where do I start? Okay, start with the cab first. So give me a minute while I switch the camera around and I'll be back with you. Okay, so as you can see, we have the opening for the cab. So ignore the curtains because they're going to be coming off. Okay, so what do we have? So it's a 1995 truck. It's 30 years of age. It's not up to date. It has digital dials and all that good fun. So as you can see down below, well, as you can see in general, the dashboard is off. We had to take the dashboard off because we had a few issues. We had an air leak, which is just below that pedal, well, just behind that pedal there. So just behind the clutch. We had an air leak there, which we've had to fix. That was on the brakes, which we've sorted that. Just one of the air hoses wasn't pushed in properly, so we've sorted that. So at the moment, the air brake, so handbrake, is on the floor. So yeah, you can tell how old it is. It's still got the normal winding side windows. It's also got the half window on both sides. I'll apologise now if I turn my phone way too fast because I know it goes a bit blurred if I do that. But yeah, it's got the quarter windows. It also has the windy handle, and somebody's left the isolator turned on. Bear with me a second. No wonder the battery keeps dying, because somebody left the isolator on. So basically, the reason I know the isolator was on, behind that dial is where the tachograph is. Tachograph just spins around. It's like a wheel. It just spins. I could still hear that running, which tells me that the isolator, which turns the electrics on and off, tells me it was still on. So yeah, I've just turned that off. No wonder the batteries are flat. So yeah, that's basically the cab. I will get some better pictures of the cab and I will add them into this video. But I'll give you a quick show. So as you can see, it's been sat for a while. Some visors are a little bit mouldy, which we're going to sort out. We're going to change them. So yeah, so that's the cab. So if I back up a little bit, you can see the opening. Ignore the speaker there. That speaker there, that's just so we got some music generally while we're working. But yeah, so as you can see, it's got the opening into the cab, which is perfect for what we wanted. Above, ignore all the stuff on the bed. That's all coming out. The mattress there will be coming out because it's a bit it had a leak at some point. We know where the leak was. The leak was up that corner on the roof, which has been repaired, thankfully. So yeah, so that's the sleeping area. We're keeping that as a sleeping bunk. As I say, I'm not going to tell you too much of what we're doing with it, but that's going to stay as a sleeping bunk. We may be doing a few bits with it, but I'm not going to say exactly what yet. Up above, we have the skylight. Now, you can see clearly the big crack going down the middle of the skylight and the little cracks coming around the sides. That's where it's leaking. The main leak is in the middle, where the big crack is. We are going to change that skylight. We are going to be putting one in that we can open and close. So, on to the next bit. I have to keep adjusting my stick for my camera, so I do apologise if it's a bit wibbly wobbly. So we've got cupboards already fitted in. They are purple at the moment. I'm not sure what we're going to do with them. We may be keeping the purple to a degree. I'm not going to say exactly what we're going to do with them, but we may be keeping some of the purple. And the glittery sparkly handles, I'm not sure if we're going to keep them. Yeah, I'll have to wait and find out. But as I turn around, you've got even more cupboard space, which goes all the way around. So there's plenty of cupboard space. As I say, not sure exactly what we're doing with them at the moment, but yeah, you'll have to wait and see on that one. Curtains, they're probably going to go. We're not sure exactly yet, but windows, they need a good clean. We may be changing them. I'm not going to spin all the way around that way because you'll see what's happening in the back there, and I don't want to show you that yet. So got a funky ass mirror. There's all you guys and me. Hi. So yeah, the colour of the wall, that is definitely not staying that colour because that is disgustingly horrible. At the moment, ignore all this junk and food and stuff. That's because we like our snacks. So yeah, it's all good fun. But as you can see, we've got a fridge there which is coming out. We may be keeping that fridge if it works. We may be moving it somewhere else. That may be staying, we're not too sure yet, unless we change it for a normal under-counter fridge like you have in a house or flat or property of any kind, caravan maybe. So that might be changing, or we might be keeping it, we're not sure yet. The stove, the rings on top, they are gas, as well as the grill underneath there. That's going, we're not keeping that. That's going to be got rid of completely. The sink, that's going, getting rid of that completely. That cupboard space, so the cupboard itself, is technically going. There will be something there, but that's going. Not going to say too much of what's going back there, but I can say what's going. Back onto this side, we've got the sofa bed, which does pull out. I've had to push it back in because of the leak from the skylight. Yeah, so we're going to be doing something with that. Not going to say too much on that because that'd be interesting for everybody to watch and see. Because all this area, what you can see here, so the sink area, kitchen area, as well as the seating area on that side, is going to change. The seats in the front are changing. Not going to say too much on that yet. You will see that eventually. But if I spin around to the back, so at the moment there is the two walls, one there, mirrors on both. Not sure what we're doing with the mirrors, whether they're staying or not. Haven't figured that bit out yet. But the doorway to the back is staying, so the walls are staying. That doorway is staying. If I venture slowly into the back, the truck rocks like a loony. So in here, what I've already done, there was some black boarding about that thick, approximately that thick, on the sides of the bottom. So across there, and across that section, all the way across to there. So that was all black wooden boarding, plastic boarding, sorry, not wooden. It's easy wipe down. As I say, it was a horse box before. On the floor was rubber matting, which you can still see some of it there. It was this stuff here, this big thick stuff, which we just pulled up. It wasn't attached, it was just placed down. So we've pulled all that up. We wanted to get it as far back as we could. We've got to try and get these metal runners out by my foot there. Got to try and get that out if I can. All the bolts and stuff are rusty as anything in the back here, as you can expect. So we've got to do that at some point. But the other thing is, as you can see, the walls are aluminium sheeting. So that aluminium sheeting is actually staying on the wall. So if I swing this side, that aluminium is staying. As you can see, oh, piece of metal. As you can see, the board there sticks out wider than the wall. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this out a bit more so it comes away from the wall, and we're going to match it up with below, and then we're going to board straight over the front of it, so it's level. So we will lose a few mil, but it doesn't matter. Now, if I spin to the other side, let's go that side. Right, so as you come up, it's just wooden board, but then halfway up is metal aluminium. We're taking that aluminium off. It's internal, doesn't make a difference. So not going to do anything. So that's coming off. Same on this side, as you can see, I have already started obliterating that metal. I didn't have any tin cutters, so I used a hammer, claw hammer, to rip it. It's that thin you can rip it. It takes a while, but yeah, I got to that point and I thought, nah, stuff it, I'm gonna get me some cutters. So I do have some cutters now, so that will be easier. So yeah, that's coming off. So as I say, walls, the external walls, metal staying on, and we're just gonna build over the top of it. The roof may be being relined because we want to insulate. I want to do another insulation level, or layer should I say. So we're going to have a look at that. But yeah, that's the basic outline of the back here. The tail, so as you can, that is the tail lift. I can't get the whole thing in the picture, but that's the tail lift that will lower at some point. We've now found out that we've got an issue with lowering it as well as lifting it, which, as I said not long ago, the guy we brought it off, Adam, he could lower it but he couldn't lift it. Now we can't lower it or lift it. There's a problem somewhere, so we need to have a look at that. Gonna get that fixed at some point. So something very interesting is happening with that tail lift. Not gonna tell you what. You will have to stay and watch and find out on that one. So yeah, we're not sure about the windows yet. We may be putting bigger windows in, more so to the left side, because they are very small windows. We may be making them bigger, but we'll see. We might not, I'm not too sure yet. But yeah, so that's the truck. That's basically what we've got at the minute. So yeah, as I say, there's a lot of work to be done. We will get there. It's going to take time. It's gonna a bit of hard work, but I'll say it's a project, so we will just go with the flow, see what happens, and just figure it out as we go. We've never done anything like this before. It is a learning curve. We're probably going to make mistakes. It's inevitable. I will warn you, both myself and B, we are vapors. If you don't like vaping, don't like smoking, all that kind of stuff, I'm sorry, we are vapors. Didn't need to tell you that, but I did anyway. I'll be openly honest with you. We're absolutely crazy. We come out with rude innuendos a lot. We are very sarcastic. We can be extremely rude in many ways. We tend to bite each other's heads off, argumentative, but we have a bloody good laugh. So some of you may get offended by some of the stuff we say. We don't mean it literally. If I come out with any homophobic jokes, don't mean it literally. I promise I do not mean it literally. One of my best mates is gay. I've got lesbian friends that I work with. I know a lot of bisexuals. I am also bisexual. B is also bisexual. So yeah, we're not judging anybody. We just say what we think, basically. We say what comes into our mind, and we don't have filters, put it that way. As I say, I'm awaiting an assessment for ADHD and autism. B has autism and ADHD and many other things. So yeah, don't take what we say literally, please don't. We don't mean offence by anything we say. If at any point you do hear me come out with any racist or anything stuff, well, what you may perceive as racism, I don't mean anything by it. I've got some amazing black friends. I have some amazing Indian friends, Chinese friends, Japanese friends. I have a lot of friends that are from other ethnicities. We are not racist in any way, shape or form. I promise that. We just like to have a laugh. I apologise right from the off if we do offend anybody. Totally do apologise. We're probably going to offend somebody, as any person who does YouTube videos, TikTok videos, any type of videos that goes onto social media, we always offend somebody, because there's so many Karens out there. Tough is what I say. But yeah, we will try not to offend all of you, promise. But yeah, it should be good fun. Should be good fun, and we want all you guys out there to come along with us. We want to show you what we're doing. As I say, we may not do things the right way, and we might not do things the way it should be done or the way you guys would do it. But we're going to have fun doing whatever we do, because that's life. Plus, it's a learning curve. As I say, we've never done it before. So we're just going to have fun with it. I would show you outside the truck, but as you can probably tell by my hair, it's still soaking wet from the rain. It is a horrible day today. It's excessively windy. You may occasionally hear the wind blowing. But if I show you the trees outside, I'm not going to turn the camera back around, but if you look at the trees, it is quite windy. Yeah, it is. It's a little bit windy. To get to where we've got the truck, we have to go across some farm fields. across public paths which go across farmers' fields. So yeah, I'm a tiny bit muddy right now, but it's all good. It's all good fun. It's all gravy, as I always say. If I ever say it's all gravy, I'm not on about food. Okay, not always just on about food. It's me, but my way of saying it's all good, basically. I say it quite a lot. I do say it's all gravy a lot. I say lol, LOL, a lot. So yeah, you'll get used to me. I chat about waffle quite a lot as well. In other words, chat about rubbish. Please excuse that bit. I just chat shit. Put it bluntly, I chat shit. But hey, we can't all be perfect now, can we? So yeah, I just thought I'd do this video, basically to show you what we've got on the inside of the truck. Explain a little bit of why we brought the truck. Again, the big reason why we brought the truck is we wanted a little bit of a project. We wanted something that we could put our thoughts and our abilities into. I can do stuff with wood, probably not the right way, probably not perfect, but it works. B, she can do plumbing, a little bits of electric. So yeah, we, together, as well as our friends and family, we've got most of what we need to do what we want to do. Mechanically, B is partly qualified mechanic. Her sister, who you may see in the video sometimes, Jade, she's also, I think she's level 2 qualified mechanic. And then you've got B's mum. She may be in videos sometimes. Lisa, she's also a qualified mechanic. I think she's on level 3, I think. So there's mechanics in the family. Then you've got Chris. Chris helps us a lot. Chris is a good friend of B's and a friend of mine, to be fair. Helps a lot, so you probably will see him or hear him in videos. There's a few other people in the background that help us out and do little bits and pieces for us. So yeah, you may see a few people in these videos. So yeah, I'm going to end this video here. This will probably go up today or tomorrow, I'm not too sure. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of videos coming, so I hope you're ready. Hope you're ready for a lot of laughing. We do stupid things, we really do. We do absolutely atrocious, stupid things. Yeah, we're just mad. So yeah, I'm going to end this here and get ready for a lot more weird and wonderful videos. Should be fun. Thank you for watching. I hope I haven't bored you to death. Come back, like, subscribe, share it as much as you can for us. It would be absolutely fantastic. Hit the notification bell so that you can be informed when we put new videos up. Wee! I'm swaying, sorry. It's a 7.5 ton truck, it's like over 10 foot tall, it sways. So yeah, come back, follow us, see what we get up to. It should be fun. Right, I will catch you all very, very soon. Thank you again for watching. Hope I haven't bored you too much. See you later.